So good morning, students. We were discussing about Tinker's flow model, right? Now, Tinker's flow model is used to determine cell side heat transfer coefficient and cell side pressure drop. But the condition is this model is used for no phase change. Now, generally in cell and tube heat exchanger, it is assumed that a cell side fluid is flowing across the tubes, right? Across the tubes and from one baffles to another baffle without any leakage. All right, but in reality, some of the fluid may leakage from different streams or from different locations. Now, this leakage is considered, or it is given in terms of different streams, right? We have discussed two types of stream. Stream A, which is the leakage between tube and baffles, right? So it is shown here where this is the tube while this is the baffles, and fluids bypass, okay, or it flows in the gap between baffles and tubes, right? So here there is no heat transfer area bypass, right? There is no heat transfer area bypass because the cell side fluids is in contact with tubes, right? In contact with tubes. So heat transfer area is not bypassed. So it do not affect the heat transfer coefficient. But as the cell side fluids flowing through these small holes, not holes, but small space, right? It increases the velocity, right? So as we know that as the velocity changes, right? Velocity changes, boundary layer separation takes place, and due to boundary layer separation, pressure drops, right? So this will result in pressure drop in cell side fluid, right? Now stream B is the actual flow between a tube bundle and baffles, right? So this is the flow, right, between tube bundles. So these are the tube bundles and between the baffles, right? Now stream C. Now stream C is a bypass between, right? Stream C represents the bypass between, this is a bypass means it is a cell side fluid. Cell side fluid, right? So bypass cell side fluid between a tube bundle and shell ID. Or leakage between tube bundle and shell ID, right? So let's say, for example, this is the shell, for example, right? Let's say, suppose this is the shell. Here we have a tubes, right? These are the tubes. Right? And entire tubes in a bunch consist of tube bundles, right? So leakage is taking between this tube and this shell plate like this, right? So it also affect affect the cell side heat transfer coefficient, right? Because the fluid has to flow across the tubes for heat transfer, but in this condition, fluid may bypass between tube bundle and shell ID, right? So cell side in this situation, some fraction of fluid do not comes in contact with tubes, right? So it reduces the heat transfer coefficient of cell side fluid, right? So this can be avoided, right? This bypass between tube bundle and cell side cell ID, right, can be avoided by using sealing strip, sealing strips, right? And you already studied what is the sealing strip, right? Now there is no stream designated as stream D, right? No stream, no stream designated as stream D. So, all right. We directly come to stream E. Stream E, right? So stream E represents the bypass, right? Sorry, it represents bypass between that shell ID and baffles. Let's, for example, this is the shell, for example, right? Let's say this is the shell, right? And this is the baffles. So actually, these baffles are properly welded or attached to the shell side, but due to some gap, right? Due to some gap, right? The fluid that directly bypass through gap between these baffles and shell, like this, right? Like this, directly bypass. Now actual flow should be like this. Actual flow, fluid flows across from one baffles to the another baffles, like this. Then we also have baffles here. All right, we also have baffles here. Here also we have baffles. So actual flow like this. This is the real flow. Where here we have a tube, we have tubes like this, right? So shell side fluid must be in direct contact with tubes. This is the real flow, but due to some gap between shell side fluid, between shell ID and baffles, some of the shell side fluid directly bypass between gap between these baffles and this shell ID. So this fluid cannot be comes into contact with the tubes, right? So it will not transfer the heat. So actually it reduces the shell side heat transfer coefficient. All right. So stream E represents bypass between shell ID and baffles. Now stream E, sorry, F stream. Stream F. Right? So this stream F represent bypass and shell side fluid and between and pass partition. Pass partition. Right? For example, let's say this is the two tubes, one shell and tube heat exchanger. right? This is here we have a tube sheet, right? So this represent the red color represents the tubes. For example, right? This is the tubes. Right? Now this is the tube side pass partition. The fluid enters from the top, which that will enters into this tube, right? In the first pass and in the second pass. In second pass, it is also pass in the tubes and leaves from the bottom. But if there is some gap here, for example, this is the pass partition gap, right, for tube side, right? So some of the fluid may also be bypassed between these gaps. This is the cell side, tube side bypass. But we also have pass partition in cell side fluid. Let's say this is the pass partition, right? Let me show in different diagram, right? Suppose this is the pass partition in cell side fluid, right? So cell side fluid enters from the top, it flows across this partition like this. Due to this partition, fluid cannot go, right, from top to bottom. It will flow across the pass partition plate. Now it will again flow in the opposite direction like this, right, and it will leave from the bottom. So this is a two side cell side pass, right? But if there is a gap, right, there is a gap between this tube sheet. This is a tube sheet, for example, right? Tube sheet and this partition plate. This is a partition plate. So what will happen? This cell side fluid will directly bypass, right? Between bypass from gap between this tube sheet and a pass partition plate, right? So this fluid cannot be comes into contact with tubes. Here we also have this like this tubes also. यहाँ पे हमारे tubes है, ठीक है? So there is an indirect contact between cell side fluid and tubes, right? So that heat transfer can take place, right? But due to the gap, right? Gap between, as already I mentioned, right? Gap between, right? Tube sheet, right, and pass partition plate, right? The fluid directly bypass. So this fluid, this cell side fluid cannot comes into contact with tubes, so that heat transfer takes place, right? So in this condition also, the mass transfer coefficient is reduced. All right. So this is regarding the Tinker's flow model, how the real flow can be actually deviated into different streams, which actually affect the cell side heat transfer coefficient, right? From stream A to F, and there is no stream designated at D, stream D. All right. So in designing of shell and tube heat exchanger, these models or these different types of stream can also be accounted in real design. Right. So this is this different stream or bypass stream can reduce the overall heat transfer coefficient, right? As it also affects the cell side heat transfer coefficient. Now, next topic is air-cooled heat transfer, air-cooled heat exchanger. And this is the air-cooled heat exchanger, plate heat exchanger. So this type of heat exchanger also used in various chemical industries. So we will discuss one by one. Now, air-cooled heat exchanger and air heaters. All right. So in this type of heat exchanger, atmospheric air having different temperature, and that temperature depends upon the season. Like in winter, we have a less air temperature, and in summer we have more air temperature. Right. So this air can be used as a cooling medium. Right. Can be used as a cooling medium if the process fluid is to be cooled up to 60 degrees centigrade. Right? So this is the limitation of air-cooled heat exchanger. Okay, why we are not sealed this type of product? Yes, we seal, right? But during running, right? In running, sometimes what happens, the leakage may take place. Okay, normally what happens when the heat exchanger manufacturer, this all precautions is taken out, right? But in normal condition, as the time proceeds, some of the parts may damage during running, right? Some parts damage, so that the fluid can pass across bypass across these parts. Right? Initially we keep precautions initially, right? But जैसे ही आपका मतलब heat exchanger running condition में होगा, okay, so by corrosion or something, right, by corrosion or something, उसमें थोड़े गैप्स रहे, मतलब क्रिएट होते हैं, ठीक है, तभी उसमें से आपका बाईपास होता है. तो दिस ऑल्सो बी टेकन इनटू अकाउंट, right? So in this type of heat exchanger, right, air-cooled heat exchanger and heaters, right, L is used as a heating or cooling medium, right? But the limitation of this heat exchanger is that the fluid can be cooled up to 60 degrees centigrade, right? Now air-cooled heat exchanger consists of banks of fin tubes, right? Banks of fin tubes. That means we have tubes, right? So many tubes, and this tube consists of fin, right? Over which air is blown by forced draft fan or by induced draft fan, right? So this is the one tubes, right? Tubes consist of fins. So this shows the transverse fins. And I hope you know the difference between longitudinal fins and transverse fins. All right. So you can see this is the transverse fins, right? And this series of tubes having the fins, right, is located or installed in a cabin, and the one fluid or the cooling the fluid which we have to cool is passed through these tubes, right? And we know that the function of this fin is to increase the heat transfer surface area, right? So this series of tubes consist of fins are installed or are kept in banks or in any cover, and air is passed across these tubes, right? Across these tubes, right? You can see that this is the high fin tubes. यहाँ पर यहाँ पे आपको जो फिन्स है वो शो नहीं किया है, यहाँ पे शो नहीं किया है, बट दिस ट्यूब्स कंसिस्ट ऑफ फिन, राइट. This is the stationary head. This is a stationary head where we can put what fluid in nozzle, right? So it will enters from the top, it will flow across the tubes, right? And it will remove from this bottom. While by pump, by fan, air is passed across these tubes, either by forced draft or induced draft, right? And I hope you know what is the difference between forced draft and induced draft, right? Now forced draft fan is mounted below, right? And induced draft fan is mounted above the tube bundle. So let's assume that this is the tube bundles. यहाँ पे tube bundle है, for example. That means more than one tubes, more than one finned tubes. Then if it is an induced draft, then fan is located above these tube bundles, right? And if it is the forced draft, then fans are located below the tubes. So this figure is a a forced draft fan, right? Now the tube bundle consists of tubes with spiral wound transfer fins. In majority application, as I have mentioned, right? This is a transverse types of fins, right? Now, generally, forced draft unit consumes less power, while the induced draft provides completely even distribution of air across the bundles. And since the air velocity approaching the bundles is relatively low, right? So, So, what happens in induced draft? Okay. So, in the induced draft, right? The fan is located at top, so it has to suck the fluid, and it has to suck the air, right, from the top. While in case of forced draft, right, forced draft, as the fan is located at the bottom, it will force the air across. Right. So what happened in induced draft? यहाँ पे induced draft में आपका क्या है कि फैन है वो ये ट्यूब बंडल यहाँ पे मेंशन किया ट्यूब बंडल उसके ऊपर होता है, तो it will suck the air from the bottom. So generally the velocity, right? Velocity here, air velocity is less as compared to forced draft. Why the air velocity is higher in forced draft? Because by the fan, fan forces the air to pass between these tube bundles. So by the force, definitely by the air is force passes by forcefully. So air velocity is higher. That air velocity is higher. But the power consumption, right? Power consumption in induced draft is much more. Why? Because it distributes air evenly toward the tube bundle, evenly. Because यहाँ से आपका सक करेंगे तो जितना भी एरिया होगा, जितना भी यहाँ पे एरिया, सब में से मेरा एयर है वो पास होगा, right? Because the fan sucks the air from top, right? You can see this is the more clear picture, right? You can say this is the tube bundles, right? Tube bundles, or these are the tubes. This is the fan, right? This is the fan ring, right? Fan ring. So this is the, what is plenum? This is just kind of hood. You can see hood or plenum. This is just kind of hood. मतलब एक टाइप का हुड होता है, हुड, ये रहा हुड और प्लेनम, कि जहाँ पे आप आपका जो एरिया है फ्लो एरिया वो ज्यादा होता है। तो यहाँ क्या होता है कि आपका जो फैन है, फैन दैट विल बी शक, राइट, दी शक दी एयर, राइट, शक दी एयर थ्रू दिस हुड, राइट, थ्रू दिस हुड, राइट. Let me explain. Hood is nothing but like this. This is the like this. This is the hood. This is the fan ring. Right. So what happened? The majority of air that will be enters through this hood or plenum. Right. And here air velocity that will be increased. Air velocity. So large amount of air or more, right, by plenum, right, by plenum or hood, right, large volume of air passes through fan ring, right, passes through this fan ring, right. So I hope you understand what is the plenum or hood. Right? This is the hood or plenum, right? Now, if the difference between process fluid out temperature, which is our requirement, and ambient air temperature is less than 30 degrees centigrade, right, the induced draft is preferred because less recirculation of hot exit air. We know that air, right, air is hot because air is used to cool the process fluid. Definitely air will get the heat, so air temperature that will increase, right. But if we increase the induced draft, right, उसमें आपका जो परसेंटेज रिसर्कुलेशन ऑफ हॉट एयर है वो आपका कम होगा, राइट, कम होगा. क्यों ऐसा कम होगा? क्यों ऐसा कम होगा? लेट मी एक्सप्लेन. राइट, बिकॉज़ सी यहाँ पे आपका दो है, फोर्स्ड ड्राफ्ट और इंड्यूस्ड ड्राफ्ट, राइट. सो दिस इज द इंड्यूस्ड ड्राफ्ट. सो अगर यहाँ से आपका जो भी यहाँ पे एयर आता है वो डायरेक्टली ऐसे मूव होगा, लाइक दिस, ऐसे. तो दिस रिसर्कुलेशन एयर, राइट, सर्कुलेशन एयर है जो आपकी, वो बाय दैट विल मिक्स लेस विद द इनलेट एयर. बट यहाँ पे फोर्स ड्राफ्ट में क्या होगा, जैसे यहाँ से एयर निकला, एयर यहाँ पे एयर निकलेगा, यहाँ से फोर्सफुली आप एयर को फ्लो करा रहे हैं, जैसे यहाँ निकला तो वो ऐसे मूव होगा, ऐसे यहाँ से ऐसे मूव होगा डायरेक्टली, लाइक डायरेक्ट ऐसे मूव होगा. एंड दैट एयर कैन बी मिक्स with inlet air, so in forced draft the recirculation of air is more as compared to induced draft. Induced draft में क्या होगा आपका? induced draft में आपका जो फैन ही टॉप में है, तो जैसे ये आपका यहाँ पे एयर आएगा तो उसको ऐसे मूव करेगा, ऐसे. तो जो आपका जो एयर है, एयर वो यहाँ से, जो आउटलेट एयर है वो यहाँ से ज्यादा डिस्टेंस पे हो जाएगा, आपका फ्लो होगा, तो उसका जो मिक्स होने का चांसेस है वो बहुत कम है, ठीक है. बट यहाँ पे क्या होगा, जैसे ऐसे मूव होगा डायरेक्टली ऐसे मिक्स होगा, इन, राइट. सो इन फोर्स्ड ड्राफ्ट परसेंटेज एयर रिसर्कुलेशन इज मच, व्हाइल इन इंड्यूस्ड ड्राफ्ट परसेंटेज रिसर्कुलेशन ऑफ एयर इज लेस. But if the same is more than 30 degrees centigrade, right, forced draft unit is preferred as it consumes less power. Right? So in tubes 3 by 4 inch, right, 3 by 4 inch, which is equal to 19.0 mm OD, and 1 inch, that is 25.4 mm OD are commonly used. This is the OD of tube, right? Now fin spacing ranges from 3.6 to 2.3 mm. Fin spacing, कौन सी स्पेसिंग? ये इन दोनों के बीच में स्पेसिंग होती है, दो फिन के बीच में स्पेसिंग होती है वो, राइट? इन दोनों के बीच में जो भी स्पेसिंग होती है, that will be ranges, right, from 3.6 to 2.3, and triangular pitch, right, triangular pitch, right, from 43 to 63.5 mm are commonly used, right? And fin material can be aluminum, it can be copper, right, mild steel, stainless steel, depending upon the heat removal required. And because we know that the thermal conductivity depends upon this material, right? And as the thermal conductivity of material is more rate of heat transfer. So अगर आपके heat removal requirement ज़्यादा है, right, then you will have to choose the material which has a higher thermal conductivity. Right? That's it about the air heat exchanger, air cooled heat exchanger. Now next is the plate type heat exchanger. So this heat exchanger is also widely used in industry. Right? Plate heat exchanger. Now a plate heat exchanger consists of a series of parallel plates, right, that are placed one above the other so as to allow the formation of series of channels for fluid to flow between them. It consists of series of parallel plates, right? So this is the plate type of heat exchanger. You can see this is the plates. It consists of series of parallel plates, right? Parallel plates. Right? You can see this is one plate, second plate, third plate, fourth plate, and fifth plate. Right? And it is sandwiched between, these plates are sandwiched between two covers. One is the front cover and second is the back cover. Right? The space between two adjacent plates forms the channels in which the fluid flows. So there is a gap between two plates in which the fluid flows in alternative plates. Alternative मतलब एक प्लेट में आपका हॉट फ्लूइड होगा, तो सेकंड साइड, वन साइड आपका हॉट फ्लूइड होगा, सेकंड साइड से आपका कोल्ड फ्लूइड होगा, देन अगेन हॉट फ्लूइड, अगेन कोल्ड फ्लूइड, राइट? Inlet and outlet holes at the corners of plates allows the hot fluids and cold fluids through alternative channels in heat exchanger, so that a plate is always in contact on one side with the hot fluid and other with cold fluid. Right? For example, let's say this is the plate. You can see this is the plate. One is the heating medium, right? Heating medium. So red one. So you can say this is the plate. Right? White color is a plate. So the heating medium or one fluid that will be flow in alternative plate. So this is one plate, then this is the second plate, then this fluid flows in the alternate way. यहाँ पे आपका क्या होता है, एक है वो आपका कोल्ड फ्लूइड होगा, फिर हॉट फ्लूइड, फिर प्लेट आएगा, राइट? अगेन फिर दी हॉट दूसरा फ्लूइड होगा, दिस इज सेम फ्लूइड, राइट? फिर प्लेट हो गई, देन अगेन डिफरेंट फ्लूइड, राइट? सो both the stream, right, hot fluid and cold fluid flows alternatively, right? Alternatively, and this flow is restricted, or flow arrangement is done by the gasket, So you will see what is the gasket and how it how it separate the two fluids flowing through these plates. Right? So you can see that this is the plates, this is the fixed plate, and this is the support column. This is the carrying beam. Carrying beam, it carries the plates. This is the pipe connection through which both the fluids are flowing. All right. This is the gasket. Right. It is not actually clearly seen what is the gasket, but this you can see this is the black color is a gasket. Once the fluid enters, like it will flow over this plate. यहाँ पे प्लेट है, ठीक है, उसके ओवर दे आपका फ्लो होता है. तो यहाँ पे आपका ड्यू टू ग्लासकेट की वजह से फ्लो ऐसे नहीं मूव होगा. अगर ऐसे मूव होगा तो वो किसके साथ मूव हो जाता है, जो भी फ्लूइड इस कॉर्नर में से फ्लो होता है. ठीक है. तो ये फ्लूइड की डायरेक्शन है, ये डायरेक्शन सेम होती है. मान लो कि ये रेड वाली है, ये रेड वाली ऐसे फ्लो होती है. देखो यहाँ पे, यहाँ से लास्ट में आपका लास्ट में होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल लास्ट में अगर मान लो कि आपका रेस्ट्रिक्ट फ्लो रेस्ट्रिक्ट है, तो वो नीचे आके बॉटम में से ये आपका लीव होता है, बॉटम में से. ठीक है. तो आपका जो दूसरी स्ट्रीम है वो आपकी ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में फ्लो होती है यहाँ से. दैट मीन आपका जो फ्लो है वो काउंटर करंट होगा. ये फ्लो विल बी काउंटर करंट. राइट. सो द फ्लो बोथ द फ्लूइड आर फ्लोस इन अल्टरनेट प्लेट्स. राइट. मान लो कि यहाँ पे प्लेट है, एक प्लेट में आया, ठीक है, ये रेड वाला यहाँ से सॉरी यहाँ पे आया, ठीक है, फिर यहाँ से नीचे मूव होगा, फिर आगे आया, यहाँ से फिर नीचे मूव होगा. तो इन दोनों प्लेट के बीच में ये मेरा दूसरा फ्लूइड होगा मूव, दूसरा फ्लूइड मूव होगा. ठीक है, दूसरा फ्लूइड. ऑलराइट. ये सो what is the advantages of using the plate type heat exchanger? Right. We can add or remove these plates. देखो यहाँ पे हम यहाँ पे देखो इन दोनों कवर के बीच में, इन कवर के बीच में मतलब हम ज्यादा प्लेट रख भी सकते हैं, और if it is not needed we can also remove the plates. Right. और ये जो रोड से ओके due to by using this rod the plates are tightly packed between two plates that is fixed plate. And ये दोनों आपकी ब्लू कलर के वो covers है. This is also called as a covers. Right. And plates are tightly packed between these two covers by using this bolt, tightening bolt. This is called a tightening bolt. All right. So if you want to add or remove the tubes, plates, then we can lose this, or we can open this tightening bolt and we can physically add or remove the plate in between these two covers. All right. Now the plates have a circular holes in a corner, and these holes are sealed around by the gasket, which is also attached over the plate edge. You can see this. This is the holes at corner, right? And that is sealed by a gasket. ये आपका gasket है. That will be ये gasket से वो क्या करते हैं, seal करते हैं. And now plates are pressed from stainless steel, right? Titanium. These are the different material, right? Material of plates, right? Depending upon your requirement, whether your fluid is corrosive or fluid having a high temperature. All right. The thickness of plate ranges from 0.5 to 3 mm, right? The gap between the plates ranging from 1.5 to 5 mm, right? Now this gap is maintained by gasket, right, which is sandwiched between two metal surfaces, or it is incorporated between two metal surface. Right. You can see ये मेरा क्या है, gasket है. ठीक है. तो उसके साइड में यहाँ पे you can see this is also gasket. यहाँ पे gasket है. ठीक है. So this gasket is sandwiched or it is incorporated between these two plates, right? So due to this gasket, the fluid cannot mix with the other fluid, right? Now plate is having the corrugated surface, right? That means slightly curved surface. You can see this is slightly curved surface, curve, right? So this is used, this curved surface is used to increase the turbulence, right? To increase the turbulence, and it also increase the heat transfer area, right? So let me show how why this corrugated surface increase the heat transfer area or it increase the turbulence. Now these tubes have like this type of shape, plate, sorry, then like this, yes. Then like this, right? How the fluid moves? Fluid moves like this. Once it enters into this tap surface, it will like flow like this. Then it moves straight, then again like this, right? Then straight, right? So this corrugated surface, right? This type of surface, that will increase, right? Increase turbulence. टर्बुलेंस अगर आपका ये स्ट्रेट होता, स्ट्रेट फॉर एग्जांपल ये स्ट्रेट होता तो फ्लूइड ऐसे ही डायरेक्टली स्ट्रेट ऐसे मूव होता, डायरेक्टली स्ट्रेट विदाउट क्रिएटिंग मच मोर टर्बुलेंस लाइक दिस. अगर ऐसे आपका गैप होगा फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा, तो क्या होगा, ऐसे मूव होगा फिर ऐसे मूव होगा, ऐसे यहाँ से ऐसे, देन स्ट्रेट, right? So this type of geometry or surface increase the turbulence, and we know that as we increase the turbulence, heat transfer coefficient is increased, right? And this type of shape is also increase heat transfer area, increase heat transfer area. How it increase the heat transfer area? क्योंकि ये आपका स्ट्रेट है, अगर मैं ऐसे उसको ऐसे करूं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक दिस, ठीक है, तो ये इतना जितना एरिया है, इतना एरिया, इससे ये एरिया आपका ज्यादा होगा, इतना और इतना, ठीक है. अगर ये मेरा स्ट्रेट में है, स्ट्रेट इतना एरिया होगा, स्ट्रेट है तो इतना, और अगर ऐसे थोड़ा कर्व जैसा है, देन आपका ये एरिया इतना होगा, which is large, ये एरिया larger than this flat area, right? So it also increase the heat transfer area, and we know that heat transfer depends upon area, right? More area, more heat transfer. Right? Plate having the corrugated surface, the corrugated surface design strengthen the plate, also increase the effective heat transfer area. As already I have mentioned, it also increases the turbulence, right, in the fluid flowing through gaps, right? Now plates are easily cleaned and replaced, right? So the heat transfer area can be readily increased or decreased by adding or removing plates. So you can remove this plate, you can also add the plate, so that depending on your requirement, right, we can increase or decrease the heat transfer area, right? So this is the gasket material. which is used to seal the fluid in plate heat exchanger, styrene rubber, and this is the temperature limit. And this is the temperature limit. All right. Butyl rubber, for butyl rubber it is 150, right? Fluorocarbon rubber it is 175 degree, right? Now advantages of plate heat exchanger over shell and tube heat exchanger, right? So generally plate type heat exchanger provides high heat transfer coefficient as compared to shell and tube heat exchanger due to high heat transfer area, right? Now maintenance and cleaning easier with plate heat exchanger as compared to shell and tube heat exchanger. Why it is easier? Because you can remove plates easily, right? For maintenance and cleaning, right? Now fouling resistance is less, right? With plate type heat exchanger. Why fouling resistance is less? Because generally in the plate type of heat exchanger, the flow area is very less. Right? Flow area is very less, so the velocity of fluid is very high. Right? So if the velocity of fluid is very high, right, it will not allow the deposits or any solid material to deposit on plates. That's why the fouling resistance is less with plate type of heat exchanger, because flow area is less, the fluid velocity is high. The fluid velocity is high, so it will not allow the solid to deposit on plates. Right? The minimum driving force required for heat transfer is 1 degree centigrade for PHE, while the same is for 3 to 5 degree centigrade for shell and tube heat exchanger. Right? Now pH is more flexible. Why it is more flexible? Because we can increase or decrease the heat transfer area by adding or removing the plate. उसमें आपको अलग से डिजाइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. While in case of shell and tube heat exchanger, if you want to increase the heat transfer area, then आपके जो फिर से आपको उसको डिजाइनिंग करना पड़ेगा. Right? क्योंकि आपका अगर आपको बढ़ाना है तो आपका शेल आईडी है वो आपको ज्यादा रखना पड़ेगा, नंबर ऑफ ट्यूब ज्यादा इनकॉर्पोरेट करना पड़ेगा. Right? वो अलग से करना पड़ेगा. But in plate type of heat exchanger, you can easily add or remove the plates. Right? Now with highly viscous fluid, as I mentioned, pH is better as it can be cleaned easily. But there are some disadvantages of plate heat exchanger also. Right? Fixed cost of plate and hence plate type of heat exchanger is high. Why fixed cost? Because generally in plate type of heat exchanger, specially material plates are used, like the titanium, right, and other material which are very costly. Right? So due to the special type of material used in plates, the fixed cost of plate heat exchanger is very high. That's why generally plate type of heat exchanger is not widely used in use as compared to shell and tube heat exchanger. It is only used in limiting application. Right? Now gasket in PAP cannot be used if the operating pressure is more than 30 bar or operating temperature is more than 25 degrees centigrade. All right. So what happened at high temperature and pressure? The gasket material may be damaged. So due to damage, two fluid can be mixed or the fluid can be leakage through gasket. So if the operating pressure is very high and operating temperature is also high, then this plate type heat exchanger is not suitable. Right? Now internal leakage or mixing of two fluid, right, is also takes place, right, as compared to shell and tube heat exchanger. Why? Because due to this gasket. अगर आपके gasket वो tightly पैक नहीं है और उसमें थोड़ा सा भी corrosion हो गया, corrosion gasket में, तो क्या उसमें leakage का chances है वो ज्यादा है. Right? Now liquid containing suspended particles tend to plug the flow area in plate type of heat exchanger easily. क्यों? बिकॉज उसमें आपका जो गैप है, स्पेस वो बहुत कम है टू प्लेट के बीच में, तो वहां पे आपका सॉलिड है, सॉलिड मटेरियल्स कैन बी डिपोजिटेड, right? So in plate type of heat exchanger, frequent cleaning is required, right? Frequent cleaning is required. So in cell and tube heat exchanger, choking can be avoided by keeping high velocity in tubes or by selecting the bigger size. So that's it for today's lecture. So uh, I ended with this chapter, heat transfer, design of cell and tube design of heat exchanger, as it utilizes more number of lectures. Right? Now from the next lecture, we will see process design of absorber. So let me take an attendance. One minute. So your attendance marked. So we'll meet at after 10 minutes.